The day this episode releases, I will be in Italy with 15 wonderful women, and we will be on a pilgrimage. Now, people have been engaging pilgrimage for centuries. And yes, it is a physical journey, but it's also an inward exploration of the soul. Pilgrimage is a chance to connect with your inner life, your deepest held beliefs, and your relationship with God in a focused and intentional way. I'm Jem Fadling, and it's time for I Can Do That. If you're finding this podcast encouraging and helpful, please share with a friend. We're always better together, so let's move at the pace of grace and grow at the pace of transformation. It helps me too if you rate and review this podcast, and these are little moves, and they help podcasts like mine to be found and to grow. So thanks so much for your help. Now, I am on an actual pilgrimage right now in Italy, but I'd like to talk about how we might engage a spirit of pilgrimage in our at-home lives. I don't think it's a big stretch to say that we have a brief journey here on earth, and in a way, we are on a pilgrimage. Now, the formal definition of pilgrimage is this: a long journey or search, especially one of exalted purpose or moral significance. That's from the American Heritage Dictionary. Now, this definition seems to be a wonderful theme for living a life, as well as engaging a pilgrimage. So let's look at a process for engaging in this way. This process could be used if you have set aside an actual intentional couple of weeks or months. But I think, too, it could be also used as a way to engage your everyday life. First, set an intention. In this busy and distracted world, intentionality can easily go by the wayside, but it's important to give yourself some time in prayer to find an intention. See, intention and desire go hand in hand, so it might help to begin with the question, what do I want? And another great question is, what am I hoping for? As you linger and ponder those questions, an intention may arise. For example, when pondering your desires and hopes, you might realize you really miss engaging beauty. So an intention might be, as I enter this journey, I will allow my eyes to see and my heart to take in the beauty around me. Life can be busy, and we sometimes move at a speed that doesn't allow for taking in the beauty around us. Pilgrimage is a time of slowing, usually at walking speed. Engaging beauty at this slower pace is a welcome invitation. Next, engage self-reflection. Now, on its face, the term self-reflection can sound selfish or self-centered, I know, but one could argue that self-reflection is a pathway to love. The Great Commandment itself says to love the Lord our God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love our neighbor as ourselves. So as ourselves might be a big missing piece in how we engage this beautiful invitation. How will we love others if we do not know how to love ourselves? I understand that most of us have mountains of past experiences that make this difficult, but I'm encouraging you to engage this part of your story. Do the work necessary to become unencumbered by past hurt. Open yourself more fully to the love of God as you are able. God's love for us helps us to love ourselves, and this relationship continues to be refined. Our love for others increases and can become more pure. And I have actually found that a lot of this work of connecting with God in this way comes through connecting with others. Brené Brown has said that we are wounded in community and we are healed in community. So find ways to engage and get yourself on the path of healing. Self-reflection is important and necessary soul work. Pilgrimage is the perfect time to engage self-reflection because you've already made the choice to set aside time and place and focus. There will be hours to let your mind wander and allow the Spirit to bring up some inner dynamics. And this can happen naturally when you're moving at walking pace and when you have an open heart that's ready to receive. Next, become open, aware, and willing. In our book, What Is Your Soul Love?, I talk about a posture of transformation: open, aware, and willing. OAW. So being open, aware, and willing is a beautiful way to make your way, and it's especially effective when going on a pilgrimage. Check in with yourself. Are you open in body, mind, and soul for whatever invitation God might bring? Do you choose to become more aware and to notice what is going on around and within you? And are you willing to engage that which arises to the surface? Open, aware, and willing is a beautiful posture to engage on pilgrimage and in life. Next, deepen your faith. Pilgrimage can be a time that deepens your relationship with God, and this almost goes without saying, but we'll say it anyway because this is a focused time of remembering God is with you and within you. Time and space has been set aside for this very purpose. No one's making any promises about what will or will not occur or how many messages you will receive. It's not about that. It's just pure and simple devotion. It's saying, here I am, Lord. I give you myself and I receive you as you offer yourself to me. And then we let go with open hands. We do not control or manage what God does or does not do. There is such beauty, grace, and peace in opening ourselves and walking with a listening heart. Even this act in and of itself can grow our soul and our faith. Next, cultivate presence. Presence. I talk about that a lot. The constant invitation that gets beaten out of us by the driven culture. How many times have you heard me talk about how grace is found only in the moment? And yet, it's quite a challenge to be in the same place: body, mind, heart, soul. Practicing presence is one of our most important invitations. It is one of those practices that bears much fruit in our lives because it's so central. A pilgrimage gives you a chance to practice presence. At a walking pace, you're taking in what is happening, and as you set aside time for worship and prayer, journaling and pondering, presence has a chance to flourish. Pray the prayer for pilgrims. I hope you'll accept this invitation to embrace the way of pilgrimage as a way of life. I pray that something I've shared has lit a small fire somewhere inside you. Here's the bullet points. Engage life with intentionality. Make time for self-reflection, which leads to love. Become more open, aware, and willing. Deepen your faith by receiving what God is giving. Cultivate presence in your life. A while back, a friend sent me this prayer for pilgrims by Murray Bodo. Here it is. I am not in control. I am not in a hurry. I walk in faith and hope. I greet everyone with peace. I bring back only what God gives me. What a perfect stance when engaging a pilgrimage, and an even greater posture for living a life. Well, here's your I can do that for this week. Try on the prayer for pilgrims. Each morning, simply say it aloud and let it penetrate your heart and become your intention for the day. I'll read it one more time. I am not in control. I am not in a hurry. I walk in faith and hope. I greet everyone with peace. I bring back only what God gives me. Remember, you're making your way forward one small, simple, and gracious step at a time.